I'm listening to two things at the moment. Firstly, I'm rereading, or in my case, re-listening to some audiobooks. And the second thing I'm listening to are the Swimming World Championships in Singapore. So the audiobooks that I'm re-listening to, I know that I need to re-listen to Richard Osman's Thursday Murder Club book series in preparation for the one that's coming out in September. I don't know about you, but I like to reread or re-listen to books in a series before a new one comes out, because otherwise I won't properly enjoy the new one because I've forgotten the details or sometimes even bigger plot points. And I've also got to re-listen to The Will of the Many before November, when The Strength of the Few is coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. The current thing that I'm re-listening to is the first Mistborn trilogy, because I first listened to that in 2015, and it became apparent to me how much I'd forgotten when I was listening to The Secret Projects. And I've never listened to Mistborn Era 2, the trilogy of that, so before I go on to that, I want to re-listen to the first trilogy. To be honest, the second era of Mistborn has never really called out to me or appealed to me, so I'd love your opinions on if it's better or worse than the first trilogy. So I'm enjoying my re-listen of Mistborn. For me, the Stormlight Archive is way up here, top tier, god tier, the best, and the Skyward series is only just below that, so both by Brandon Sanderson and Mistborn. I do enjoy it, but for me it's quite a way below, which is quite controversial because lots of people view Mistborn as the best. So I was interested whether I would still think the same this time round, and I do. The first third of the first book is quite slow, just introducing everything, but I still love Sazed and the relationship between Ham and Breeze and the banter of them and in the crew. I still don't find Vin all that compelling or interesting a character, and I wish that she'd had some female mentors in the crew as well as because it's all male, the crew, and so she only has those men teaching her the specialisms in allomancy. And Kelsier, still as charismatic as ever, but the casual attitude to killing is still very disturbing and problematic, but he does improve towards the end a tiny little bit. While we're still on Brandon Sanderson and the Cosmere, there are two questions that I'd love to ask him about Isles of the Emberdark, just little things which I forgot to mention in my review of Isles of the Emberdark in my profile. The first is, does he do a tip of the hat to Kaylee from Firefly when we're first introduced to Aditil, is it, in the crew in the engineering room? Let me know your opinions on that. And also the other question I'd love to ask Brandon Sanderson is, in Isles of the Emberdark again, Starling says her crew was outgunned, outmatched and outmaneuvered, which triggered off a memory of Hamilton lyrics. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. And I wonder if Brandon Sanderson was doing another nod, a tip of the hat to Hamilton in those words. And the second thing that I've been listening to is the World Swimming Championships in Singapore. I'm a massive swimming fan. It's my thing. I'm listening along on Radio 5 Sports Extra or Sports Extra 2, and that coverage starts just before midday every day up until Sunday. Sadly, without my favourite two commentators of all time, Andy Jameson and Adrian Morehouse, who are the best of the best of the best, but they only commentate when the swimming is on television. They're not contracted when it's on radio, apparently. So highlights so far have been Summer McIntosh. She's been incredible. She's going for 5 golds to match Michael Phelps, and Katie Ledecky as well has been, as usual, amazing, but it will be interesting when she and Summer McIntosh come head to head later in the week. And there was also a 12-year-old from China who missed out a tenth of a second on a medal, and so she's one to watch in the future. Team GB unfortunately haven't got any medals so far. We've been doing pretty poorly, and Adam Peaty of course is not there. He's taking a break, but hoping to maybe return for the Olympics in LA. So I always find the swimming really exciting. What have you been listening to? Let me know in the comments, or reading or listening to.